Hello everybody, and this one is a video that I wanted to make because of what happened last week. Last week we lost, quite frankly, one of the best professional wrestling big men ever in this sport. We lost Vader. Now, a lot of people look at the WWF Vader. That's not Vader. What happened in the WWF is they neutered him and butcherized him, and that's not what I want. I want to talk about my best memories of Vader. Growing up, I have so much memories. I was an avid World Championship wrestling guy. Big. Huge. And I loved Vader. I always did. He was just this big, huge, massive dude that when he first came out had like this helmet which blew smoke off the sides, and he was a beast. People talk about Brock Lesnar as this dominating force. No, Vader fucking murdered people out there. There's plenty of matches I saw out there where Vader would just go bam, bam, bam as they're in the corner. And I'm not talking about jobbers. I'm talking about your Rick Steiners, your Scott Steiners, your Stings, your Ron Simmons, Mick Foley, Ric Flair, Rick Rude, all the Steve Austin, all these top people in the industry. And for somebody that he was a big star in the United States and in Japan, he was fucking huge. He was a big, colossal star. And after he left the World Wrestling Federation in 1998, he literally went and reinvented himself in Japan. And he was even a TV star. He was on Boy Meets World. But Bam Bam Bigelow, some of his really cool matches I remember, of course, you can't forget about all his matches with Cactus Jack. Whether it be the ones on WCW Saturday Night, the one in Germany, or their Halloween Havoc match. You also can't forget about Vader and Sting had this really good chemistry. And they did this storyline where Vader broke his ribs. And they just went on and had a great feud. Even Vader and Ric Flair had a good feud. Vader had something about him. He was doing moonsaults and he was doing power bombs before I saw anybody else do it. And the Vader bomb is often imitated but never duplicated by anybody else. So Vader was always this guy that would just come out. And he was a multi-time WCW champion. He was managed by Harley Race. And he feuded with anybody that would come in there. And even though you can't discount a lot of stuff he did, but even in WWF, even though he was not super successful, he made an impact. Vader made impacts wherever he went. And that's what was great. I still remember one of the bloodiest matches I saw him in. It was Final Four. It was Austin, Taker, Brad, and Vader. And he literally, his whole face was covered in blood. He had to take his mask off so he could fucking see. And Vader was just dominant. Vader had matches with Yokozuna that were actually really good. Vader could have a good match with you. But then there'd be times that Vader would snap in a match, and I saw that against Shamrock. He told Shamrock to stop because Shamrock was being too aggressive in the ring. And Vader just popped him one in the middle of the match. And Shamrock changed his tune. I think Vader's one of those guys that should have been able to be to a higher level. And what I really feel bad for Vader is he never got the one thing he wanted. The one thing Vader wanted was to be in the Hall of Fame. Most wrestlers couldn't give two shits about the Hall of Fame, but Vader wanted it. He asked for it to be in the Hall of Fame. And he'll never be able to see that honor for him to go in. And it's really bad for his son, because his son got these horrible injuries and had to retire from wrestling. So his son can't even wrestle. But Vader, truly, in the echelon of the big man in the sport, he is at the top. I put Vader up there, like, it'll be Vader, Bam Bam Bigelow, Andre the Giant, Yokozuna. The 4 best big men ever in the business. They were super heavyweights. Vader was 450, 400 pounds, sometimes 450, and he could do things that other people could not do. He was brutal, he was violent, he was over the top. Vader was a true legend in the sport. Leon White may not be with us anymore, but Big Van Vader will live on forever.